From powerful gusts on mountaintops to ocean breezes on beaches, our environment is filled with wind. However, due to the temperature, pressure, geography, and many factors, wind can vary greatly in strength and patterns. So then, how are winds different in strength in different parts of the world? In this video, we will go over what wind is, how wind is formed, and how different landscapes affect wind. Wind is surprisingly a form of solar energy, since it is a movement of air caused by the heat from the sun. When the air is warmed, it gains energy, making air molecules move faster. This will cause the air to expand, making it less dense, decreasing pressure, and start to rise up. This will leave a low pressure area where the hot air once was, so the colder, higher pressure air will rush in and fill in this gap. This rush of air is what we feel as wind. Due to the elevation, surface texture, and many other factors, the sun heats up the earth unevenly, causing many different pressure differences to create this air movement. In general, because the surface near the equator is heated more, air travels from the colder poles in both hemispheres to the warmer equator, while the warm air from the equator travels to the poles. And aside from the sun, since the earth rotates about an axis, the land at the equator will have to move a lot more than the land closer to the poles. This is called the Coriolis effect. This causes the wind to blow from east to west near the equator and at the poles, and west to east in the middle here. With all of those factors combined, wind blows in a clockwise direction away from high pressure areas and in a counterclockwise direction towards low pressure areas in the Northern Hemisphere. In contrast, wind blows in a counterclockwise direction away from high pressure areas and in a clockwise direction into low pressure areas in the Southern Hemisphere. Now, with all the complicated stuff out of the way, different environmental factors affect the wind in many ways. Traveling to the beach side, land warms up and cools down a lot faster than the ocean. During the day, the warmer land causes more air to rise from the coast and sink at the sea, forming a sea breeze. During the night, the cooler land causes more air to sink at the coast and rise from the sea, forming a land breeze. As you move higher up, winds get stronger with altitude. Since there is less friction and the effect of gravity is weaker, wind is able to reach higher speeds. Furthermore, with the help of mountains, wind speeds can reach over 150 km per hour. As the wind accelerates over the mountains, it is squeezed by the air at the summit, causing it to go even faster. The narrow valleys are also perfect for accelerating winds since the tight space squeezes on the air. Air is forced out at very high speeds. In contrast, winds in cities are a lot weaker because there is a lot of friction and buildings preventing winds from picking up speed as compared to plains, where winds get a lot stronger because there is little friction aside from the ground for the wind to slow down. And there we have it. Wind is just a movement of air due to the pressure differences caused by the sun unevenly heating the earth. And due to the rotation of the earth, it causes winds to flow in chaotic yet predictable ways. Many different factors can affect wind patterns and strength, but when it comes down to it, the lack of friction is what causes wind to accelerate into unimaginable speeds. I hope that you all have learned something interesting today. Thank you for your time, and stay hydrated!